Hello viewers, in earlier days of developments in science, the scientists and the psychologists used to think that IQ is most important thing for the success. But with the passage of time and advancements in social science, today the researchers think that emotional intelligence is the most important factor. Why? Because emotional intelligence drives the IQ. If a person is intelligent, his mind is intelligent, he is a sharp person, but he does not understand emotions, he will not be able to use his sharp mind. So the IQ, if you want to utilize your IQ, you have to have a good EQ. On emotional intelligence, many books are written. Today I would like to share with you summary of a wonderful book, Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goldsmith. In this book, first of all, we will understand what is emotional intelligence, what are its components, and then I will discuss that what are the steps through which you can manage your emotions. Starting with the emotional intelligence steps. These steps are given by Peter Salovey. He is one of the psychologists, one of the researcher. So the first thing is the self-awareness, the metacognition. What happens is that we humans have to understand our mind. Whatever we listen, whatever we observe, first goes to the neurocortex, the part of our brain which converts the things into our language, how we understand things. And once processed by the language part, by the translation part, it goes to the amygdala. Amygdala is most dangerous part of the brain that pushes us to do the action, that pushes us to fight. What happens is that most of the people's neurocortex part is weaker, and the directions, or whenever they get angry, things directly go to the amygdala, and which most of the cases go towards fight, or most of the cases go towards harming others. So first of all, we have to understand ourselves that on what things we get angry, on what things we become happy. So emotional intelligence is not about anger management. Emotional intelligence at the same time is about happiness management. For instance, if I am a salesman, if I am a marketing person, I know your weaknesses, that on which things you get happy, I can say some good words and chances are that I will sell my product. Well, similarly, in case of anger, if I want to provoke someone, if I want someone to do some act, I can say something wrong, and if his neurocortex or self-awareness is weak, he will not process that thing, he will directly go to the fight. Then this is something which at the end of the day harms people, and this is something which stops them from further success. So the first thing is self-awareness. How you can increase the self-awareness, we will discuss in the second part. The first component, self-awareness. The second component is that you should be able to manage your emotions. Managing emotions does not mean that you should think that I will always be happy, I will never get angry. This is something which is not possible scientifically. We humans have both sad part and happiness part. The point is that you have to learn to manage your emotions. You cannot numb all your bad emotions. You will have obviously the bad emotions. The point is you should learn to manage those emotions, and managing those emotions is done by the third step, which is the self motivation, which is the for self motivation. I would like to give you two examples. The first example is the marshmallow test. I am sure you have heard about it. One psychologist did experiment on the school children. She gave them the one marshmallows, and she said to the students that I am leaving this room. If you will not eat this marshmallow for 10 to 15 minutes, I will come back, I will give you another marshmallow. And those of you who will eat this marshmallow will not get any other marshmallow. So some of the students has eaten that marshmallow, and some of them were waiting for the second marshmallow. That psychologist studied those students for 14 years, and after that she realized that those students who eat the marshmallow did not wait for the second marshmallow. They were slightly less educated after 14 years. They were not happy with their family life, while the ones who waited for the second marshmallow were successful. Similarly, there is another example of the stress management, and that is the map. I'm sure you can see it right now on the screen. That is the stress and the performance. So there is a map, you can see it in detail, that in what level of stress you should do what thing, in what level of stress you should do what thing, in what level of stress you should do what thing. So you can check your personality, you can sort this test in detail, and you can see that on which level of stress how you perform. The stress profile of persons vary. Some people perform well in the stress, some people does not perform well in the stress. So the point is, you have to learn, you have to be self-aware in the first point. You have to be able to manage your emotions. Second thing is, you have to be able to self-motivate yourself. And the third thing is the empathy part. Fourth part is the empathy part. It is one of the best thing. It is putting yourself in others' shoes. All the time, we in our channel, the last book I covered was how to win friends and influence people, and in that I discussed that how you can win the people, and that is because of the empathy. You take interest in them, you talk about them, you genuinely let them feel that they are important, then automatically you can get whatever you want from them. And the fifth point is the handling the relationships. Emotional intelligence component is handling the relationships. For instance, most of us know that our parents, when make us emotional to get their things done, this is part of the emotional intelligence. How most of the time they get angry with us, but in reality they are not angry, they show us they are angry, or they get sad and they show us that they are sad, and then they push us to do something. That is something which is called the emotions or emotional intelligence in relationship management. So these were the 5 components. Now how you can manage this emotional intelligence? The first thing I would say that take the breaks. It's not like you do, for example, you are angry, some people call it meditation, Muslims can call it the offering the prayers, whatever you call it. I would say take the breaks. For example, you are studying something, study that for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, take the break, relax and relax slightly. Or I would say doing something constantly hurts your emotions. For example, if you are a teacher, you teach whole day, the chances are at the end of the day you will get hurt. If you are supposed to teach whole day, then you can take the breaks after 1 hour and take a break. So this is first thing, that from where it is coming, from where the angriness comes, from where our emotions get hurt. So we have to look at those sources, and we have to do some activities which stop that thing. And the second part is extremely useful, and that is writing down something. Whenever you are feeling angry, if you write down something, it will automatically go to your neurocortex, which translate the things, which process the things. It will not go to the amygdala, and it will stop you from doing anything. So the second thing is to translate, to write down the things. And then there are several cognitive behavioral theories that you have to follow the cognitive behavioral theories. This is a very difficult concept. We will not be able to cover in this theory, in this book summary. I have another complete video on this cognitive behavioral theory. I'm sure you can see it on the screen. Kindly watch that book summary. You will understand the cognitive behavioral theory concept and how you can implement in your life. And the next thing, which is extremely important, that is change your physical location. For example, if you are sitting, you can get up. If you are fighting with someone, if you are standing, then you can go for a while for walk. That can also help you in managing your stress, managing your emotions. And fifth point is deep breathing. Deep breathing helps people a lot in managing their emotions. So this was all about emotional intelligence. If you liked it, please share it with others, so that they also use it to manage their emotions. Thank you so much.